All right, hi everybody. Another exercise index video for you today, but it's not going to be me teaching it because I don't know what I'm doing. Well, what do I do when I don't know what I'm doing? I bring in the experts. So this is my friend Dave and Donovan, and Nathan. So we've been training at this gym for a while, and out of the corner of my eye, and sometimes you probably hear the weight slam in the background, this guy's a phenomenal Olympic lifter, phenomenal. So rather than me teach you how to do something and teach you how to do it wrong, what I wanted to do is I wanted David to show you exactly how we're going to do. We're going to do the power clean, and what was the other one?
We're going to do a full clean and then a snatch. We're going to demo both lifts.
A full clean and a snatch. So we'll actually make it 2 videos. So whichever one you want to go first, show me how it's done.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and start out with the snatch. Nate, if you grab the empty bar or the 135. Okay.
Can you stand this way?
Yeah, I can stand this way. So basic setup on a snatch, okay? This is gonna be a wide grip exercise, and essentially the basics is you're gonna lift it off the ground and catch it overhead, okay? So shoulders are always gonna stay over top of the bar as long as possible. We're gonna have full foot on the platform as long as possible throughout the pull. There's 3 phases to the pull. You see a setup?
So the shoulders are actually on this side of the bar.
Correct.
Okay.
They're gonna be on the outside of the knees. Elbows are gonna be facing out because when he goes through his extension, he wants to be as vertical and as far back as possible. When you rotate your elbows backwards, you're gonna pull the bar back towards you, and you're gonna end up throwing the bar behind you. Okay? So, from position 1, first phase of the pull is gonna be from the ground to just below your knee. Okay? That's that's pull 1. Second pull, you're gonna have contraction of your lats. So you're gonna come up and pull the bar right here. Both his lats are contracted. If you come here and feel, it's a tight pull in towards your body.
That's even a little bit of lower trap and rhomboid even.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Correct. So that's phase 2, and that's gonna pull him into his power position. Nate, go ahead and pull into your power position. Power position is just at the hip line. Snatch is gonna be right above your groin area, and that's gonna be your pocket. From there, he's gonna undercut the bar. His knees are gonna drop or move forward. His hips are gonna drop, and he's gonna call an undercut or an uppercut. Come up through extension and finish with his back and shoulders up and back.
Okay. So step 1.
I'll go through progression here. So he's gonna go through progression to 3 phases of pull. Nate, just do a high pull. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Okay. Now, what a lot of new lifters like to do is try to think of all 3 steps throughout the lift. Okay. The way to do this is doing it all in one smooth motion, just hitting your points throughout the pull.
Right.
So it's a smooth pull up and back into your hip pocket. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. While elbows are staying out and arms are relaxed and fully extended. You don't want to pre-pull. Okay. The drive comes off your legs and hips.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So the grip, are you gripping the bar hard, or are you literally just kind of?
So we do what's called a hook grip.
Okay.
Any Olympic lifter at any advanced level is going to do a hip hook grip.
Okay.
You're not able, your hands are not strong enough to hold on to that weight through your extension on a normal thumb over grip. Okay. So what he's going to do is he's going to demo it. He's going to lock his finger underneath and then use his middle finger to lock in. So what that does is you add the whole hand and allow your fascia contraction to lock into the bar.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's coming.
Right.
You want to make sure you
believe
keep
it or
your
not,
knuckles
yeah,
down.
believe it or not, his forearms are pretty relaxed.
Okay.
Are pretty relaxed. You
That's
lock in
interesting,
and use mechanics to hold onto the bar rather than muscle.
Than pure muscle.
Right.
As you begin your lift as well, when you start out, my upper back is also relaxed. Where I want the tension to be is lower back and lats. Okay. I'm gonna sit back into my hip.
Okay.
So you're not like trying to row the bar. These don't come, and this doesn't come into contact until that bar breaks out of my hips. So as that's coming up, then I start to pull my way under the bar as I catch.
Okay. So you're really not trying to muscle the weight at any
Correct.
point.
No, at no point in time.
This
So
isn't a lift that you can go ahead and grip and grip, or grip and rip.
Okay.
Because you'll be thrown out of position. So let me show you, I had a problem with this before, and a lot of lifters do this thinking they get more momentum. So when they lift, they try to do what's it called? It's a movement, so they go like this, and they try to rip it real fast, trying to think that they can get more momentum.
Yeah.
What that'll cause is it'll cause a shift in your weight going forward and backwards. What that does is it throws the weight overhead. And when it does it, it'll either go backwards or it'll go forward, and you'll lose your positioning. The best way is to keep as vertical as possible.
When you're pulling the weight up, is it going actually in a straight line?
It's a slight, so what it is, it's going to be a slight S-curve. So it's going to come up, slightly come back, hit that point, and then land on where you're standing. So if you guys would like, you can take a video from the side. I'll go ahead and lift, and you can follow that bar path.
Okay.
And I'll explain it through. He's going to do a full snatch.
You want to do a pull then snatch? Or
Yeah,
just full
do a
snatch?
pull and snatch. Okay, watch his bar path. Slightly back into the hip pocket. His lats are contracted, the weight's coming back into him, and his extension, his shoulders are up and back. Set up. Another thing, when you're meeting the bar, you meet the bar, you don't catch the bar. Okay, so you're having a connection with the bar the whole time. You're not pulling your bar up over you, you're pulling yourself under the bar. So, correct. Okay.
Almost like in powerlifting, when we used to put on those tight shirts, you actually had to pull the bar down to it.
Right.
Yeah, that's okay.
Right, yeah, you're pulling yourself under the bar because your momentum to bring the bar up is all through your legs and hips, through that initial pull, up through your extension. Once you're here, there's no more pulling up. You're just pulling yourself underneath. Right.
Are you trying to keep the distribution on your foot completely flat?
Correct. There's a saying that's called whole foot, whole time. So you see a lot of these lifters, they'll come up off on their toes.
Really
If they're doing it correctly, it's just a after effect of just having his full extension. So the drive and coming off your toes is something that happens after the fact. You're not purposely doing it.
You're not trying to.
Correct.
So what happens is that you get lifters that try to pull the bar off to the ground too quickly.
Yeah.
So no matter what, your first pull is going to be a lot slower than your second pull, just because the geometry of your knees are a lot less. As you come up, you can get more speed coming from the second pull.
Oh, that part, from here to here is where the speed.
Right, exactly. So you're going to pull off the ground, and you're going to start generating momentum as you come here. Now, a lot of new lifters, what they make a mistake of is that they try to bring their hips to the bar rather than the bar to the hips. What they think is that as they hit it, it's gonna fly up, right? But as you're hitting it, you're throwing it forward.
Actually, that's actually what I would have thought.
So as you're
I would have done that. Yeah.
Exactly. So as you're coming up, that extension of the bar is coming up when you're driving through to the ceiling. So a famous lifter, Klokov, he says that this is for sex, this is for snatch. So you're pulling the bar back rather than pushing your pelvis to the bar.
That's interesting because I did a video on deadlifting bodybuilder style, because there's a powerlifting style, but I think there's a way you deadlift for bodybuilders, and it's very similar to what you're doing. It's more of, instead of this, it's that.
Pulling the bar back.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Lower back, lat.
How long would you say it takes you to learn this technique? I mean,
So
it seems like it would take a long time.
Yeah, so a rule of thumb to be considered a master of the lifts is around 5 to 6 years.
5 to 6 years.
Yeah. He's been doing it about 4. I've been doing it, it'll be coming up on 3.5.
3.5.
And I'm still learning every day. The biggest advice that I can give to someone is get a coach that knows what they're doing and has an established history with Olympic lifting specifically, not necessarily CrossFit. CrossFit is great in its own place, but a lot of people just kind of watch it on YouTube and think, I can do it, and that's where injuries come in because they're not understanding the basic fundamentals.
I was going to ask you, like, if you do this wrong, it seems like you could, just like with any other lift in the gym, it seems like you could hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Fracture my back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
One thing that I would definitely like to point out to your viewers and anything else, these lifts, the Olympic lifts in general, snatch, the clean and jerk, are the only lifts that I can think of that you cannot do emotionally. You can't go on emotions, because what happens is you get too worked up and you're going to throw yourself out of momentum, you're going to throw yourself out of position. Positioning is so important in this. I mean, you get an inch one way, an inch the other way, it's going to determine how you're going to land with that weight and how you're going to be able to drive out of that pit.
Precision. All right, I know exactly what everybody's thinking. I know exactly what everybody's going to ask. Are you going to do it, John? Are you going to try it? Yes, I'll try it.
All right.
Because I'm going to give you the clinic on how to do it all wrong. But I'm going to try to remember. Should I start with lighter weight probably?
Yeah, we're going to go below the bar, 10. Or just the bar. So we're going to strip with just the bar. And we're going to put you through each phase. Yep. Okay.
So for your setup, what I want you to do, there you go. Yep, toes slightly pointed out. When you're going to be driving out, you're going to be pushing those knees out, okay? And your arms are going to be right next to you. All right, just like that. Keep them elbows out. You're going to want to roll your shoulders back. Tight here, loose here. You want this loose.
When I start, should I be here?
Yes, when you start, you're going to be sitting back like this.
So not this.
No, you're not. You're not over. You're contracting your shoulders and you're pulling back with the lower back. You want to leave this loose because what's going to happen is if you got that tight, that turnover is going to be a lot slower and a lot more exaggerated as it turns over. So you want to leave your your upper back loose, tight lower back as you set up for the pull.
Okay, so.
All right, so go ahead and grab more. Yeah, that's about right. Yep. And each lifter will find kind of their sweet spot on how wide they want to grab the bar, depending on the
You got a good start position.
So you got to have a nice contraction on the lower back, right there. That's position 1. All right, so from the first pull, go all the way down, just to below your knee. That's pull 1. Pull 2, you got to pull up above your knee, and you're going to feel that pull that bar back there.
Right. As you're starting to contract.
Yep.
Now should I be straight or right here?
No,
So
right there.
position
That's
2, you're
your
still
power position. Okay, so you're gonna go from 1 to 3, all the way up there. Okay. One more time. All right, we're gonna do a full power snatch for you right now. Okay. You're gonna come up into your power position. You're gonna extend up and turn over and catch the bar. Okay.
Too far in front of me.
Yep. So remember, you gotta pull that bar back into you and go ahead and finish high. Okay. There you go.
That's a little better. The one before that, the bar was out here, wasn't it?
Yeah. So what happened there is you went from here, and then you kept it right here. You need to be dragging with your lats up and in. So he had you at position 3 where you were slightly over the bar. From here, there's a slight pivot, and with that pivot, you're activating the outside of your legs and your knees as you drive up. Okay. So that pivot is up, exactly. Everything is moving up. Imagine you're trying to jump through the ceiling.
Here.
There you go, right there.
Yeah.
That's burning my quads.
Oh yeah.
A lot of legs.
Here. Here.
Stay on your whole foot. You're rolling forward a little bit. Whole foot, whole time. Yeah.
Better.
You can see why it takes a little while to get good at this, right?
You could turn that into a quad exercise.
Absolutely.
Just do it wrong.
Yeah, it's the reason you're feeling more of a burn on your quads because your body's set forward. For one, you're not wearing lifters right now, and this is something new for you. There's very few lifters that like to lift in flat shoes or Metcons.
Yeah.
Any of the elite level lifters, I think besides one, and he's a Japanese lifter, will snatch and clean and jerk in a lifting style shoe, and they've become popular through CrossFit.
I was going to ask you if ankle mobility becomes an issue.
Ankle mobility, hip mobility,
Yeah.
shoulder mobility, they're all are huge factors on being able to be comfortable in your bottom positions. That's the biggest thing, is being very comfortable down in what we call the pit, just like in a squat.
I would for new lifters, I would venture to say that don't go over the bar, and I would say for the first 2-3 weeks, I would say even maybe a month, work with a PVC pipe. Slow progressions through your workout. When I fractured my back, my coach had me lifting with just PVC pipe and just a bar for about 4 to 5 months, and just honing that technique and that positioning with no weight. It led to leaps and bounds once I was able to get back into weight and build my strength again. So don't try to rush the big weight. Don't try to be that guy that's like, oh, I got the weight, blah, blah, blah. Because that's not going to get you to where you want to be in this sport, especially if you want to be there. So you need to take your time, set your base, and then start adding weight.
Well, it's phenomenal. I don't know why I'm so tired. That was hard. How much weight now? What you've done? 300, 400?
Right now I'm holding the #1 snatch in the state at 135 kilos, which is 297. And hopefully this year, here in August, I'll be looking to break that. We'll be competing both in Avon, Ohio for the state record, or for the state
So
championship.
this is a state champion right here.
Hopefully.
And, no, I'm going to go ahead and call it because I see how hard he's working. So, listen, I appreciate you guys. This is very precise. I don't even try to teach stuff like this because I don't know how to do it. So I appreciate you teaching my viewers how to do this correctly. I can see where this would take a lot of work over and over and over. So much respect to you guys and what you're doing.
Thank you.
So thanks everybody for watching. Are you on Instagram?
I am not.
No, my God, he's
media.
not on
No social
Instagram.
media.
I like him even more now. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it, gentlemen. We'll see you next time.